I'll talk in like 2 seconds. Oh, I'm in the pit. I'm in the pit. Come on.
Oh dear. I'm just having a little leisurely cruise over here.
You know what? I don't even care if I stay in like second gear. I just want to not do what is happening right now. King Friday here, hoping you're having an amazing day today. I'm here with Daniel from Boxlight. We are having a blast at NSM 2026 in Sonoma, California. They wouldn't let me ride any of the Formula One cars at Sonoma Raceway, so we built our own, and we're going to be doing a little bit of racing. That's going to be a lot of fun. Daniel, thank you so much for coming.
No,
absolutely.
Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely,
Thanks,
for sure. So for anybody who doesn't know Boxlight, tell them just a little bit about the company, and because there are different facets to Boxlight. It's not just one thing. So tell us about it.
Yeah, so I mean, Boxlight is made up of a group or an amalgamation of ed tech companies that have been acquired throughout the years. So we have kind of some core brands within that Boxlight, what I class as the umbrella or the ecosystem of Boxlight, which consists of CleverTouch, which is our display brands and encompasses digital signage, our interactive displays, and everything along those lines, everything with a visual element. And then we have FrontRow by Boxlight as well, so everything's by Boxlight.
Okay.
You'll hear that as we talk through. But so the CleverTouch by Boxlight, FrontRow by Boxlight. The FrontRow is our audio solutions provider, and that's kind of branched even further now into campus communication, alert, paging, intercom. We have like a little internal joke because there's a lot of companies that say they're AV, but typically it's visual rather than the audio side.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
we bring the true AV, audio visual out there with both of those. And then we also have a STEM division as well, which is Mimeo STEM by Boxlight, and that has our 3D printing and some lab discs for science environments for students and K-12. So yeah, they all make up that Boxlight business. We're not necessarily, sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge, just Boxlight not being as well known as some of the brands beneath it.
Right.
But I think that's a lot of the message we get across, is going out there and saying we offer a whole range of AV solutions in all the different environments that you would need that technology.
Well, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because I was curious. You mentioned ed tech. So are you guys more towards the education side? Do you focus on a specific vertical?
I think it definitely started that way. Okay. I think we still remain extremely strong, and somewhere we're very we perform greatly is the education, that K-12 market. But across the globe, and Boxlight being an international organization, we have offices in other countries as well, and whole teams in Germany and Australia and UK and all across the world. I think we've now branched out into a lot of the other sectors. So we do a lot in digital signage with Clever Live under the CleverTouch brand, the interactive solutions. But yeah, now it went from classrooms, and that's where a lot of our technology started. And now we're providing, state, local government, businesses, hospitals, military. We like to think we have solutions for pretty much any environment.
I love that. I think especially when you mention digital signage, there are a lot of companies that it's like they sort of have their lane. Yes, you could 100% put most digital signage players in most places, and they do most things pretty well. But if there are specifics, specific protections for what content is going to be seen, especially if it's K through 12, you really have to be careful. If you're bringing that signage into the classroom, I love what you were talking about paging and campus communications. A lot of times that gets missed. They're completely separate systems, and people don't even consider the concept of, it's like, hey, I don't want to have to call call a specific classroom to pull somebody out of class. I just want it to show up on my board. It's like things like that. They don't even think that, even in 2026. You ask most teachers, it's like, oh, well, that's got to just be for like the super rich, crazy private schools, right? It's like, no, it is totally doable, totally possible. But if you don't have that, like you mentioned, if you don't have that pedigree, you don't have that background experience, but that's what you're doing.
That's it. And I mean, we started there. We started in the classrooms, and now we have a much wider range of technology. Like I say, with the brands that are beneath Boxlight. I think one of the important things for us is how we've integrated that technology together, because they are different conversations. Sometimes now we're speaking with people who manage security and for sites and for the campus, and then we have people who do the digital signage, and then we have the CTOs who do kind of, maybe they'll do the interactive screens for the front. And I think that's our sort of philosophy almost, is how we looked at that and said, we can make all of those talk together. It's all our own software, it's all our own program. The hardware all works together reliably, which is also important. And it's really starting to show why that was the right route to take, with just how they're merging together, and how these conversations have gone from, you wanted a display for the front of the classroom, to how can you get this messaging across to everyone that's on site? Even now, sometimes further afield, people's devices or people off site, how they get notifications or how they can manage the content on site from wherever they are.
Absolutely. There's sort of a concept that I like to think about as sort of a direct action, where it's, of course, in retail, it's like, well, what do you want the customer to be able to do? It's like, you want them to buy something. Generally, at the end of the day, it's like, there are some exceptions with wayfinding and things like that. But when you really want there to be like an action reaction with whatever your signage, not only signage, but any display in an organization, you guys go into the interactive space, which is really cool. I love the fact that you have control of not just the visual but the audio, like you said. I think you guys really have some cool stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the new totem that came out.
Yes, the CL Totem. Yeah, no, it's a phenomenal product. It's part of our kind of part of the CleverTouch ecosystem, let's say. So part of the signage, CL Totem. It's available in 2 sizes. It's a non-touch device at the moment. We are contemplating bringing the because our European counterparts over there, they have a touch version. Oh, okay. And fingers crossed, if the people watching at home are interested in the non-touch, and hopefully we'll be able to bring the touch version to market here as well soon. And no, it's been phenomenal product. Available in 2 sizes, 49 and 55 inch.
Is this a throwdown type of totem where you can sort of put it anywhere, or is this a hard install?
So no, you can put it anywhere. It comes with the base, very easy to construct. Comes with CleverLive, our digital signage platform built in, but there's also a locking cabinet on the back. So we're very much about flexibility for our customers and helping them achieve their goals. That might be, for example, it might be a different platform. It might even just be something like that totem with a PC in there. So one of the great things about it is there's a lockable cabinet on the back. It passes the power through, the internet connectivity. So really, you can put it into a space. The thing I like about the totem is it's designed for like a high foot traffic, high footfall sort of environment. Meeting and greeting spaces. It could be a reception area. And then even further, again, we can also integrate it with some of our safety and campus communication as well. So we can send alerts to it. So really, it's been a fantastic product, well received in the Americas.
Oh, I bet. I think more and more, and why I asked is because I think more and more, doesn't matter what event it is, they want it to have, most clients want it to look produced now. You can't just have just a couple of TVs on stands and expect to get that sort of pop and polished.
And I think one of the things that's important to us and keeps coming up, and it's funny, it comes up in both K-12 and it comes up in the commercial space. Really everywhere, but it's a lot of the feedback is simplicity. It's something that they can put in a space. The software's there. They really don't have to do much to get it set up. You can drop in simple files, PDFs, viewing, but you can also take it further. You can have it show available meeting spaces, videos that maybe even interactive videos with QR code integration, so they can scan and pull that information away. So,
we were talking about we were talking about the app earlier too. That's also a way to be able to get content in.
Yeah. So the app is part of that CleverLive, our digital signage platform. We refer to it in different ways, whether we call it like virtual triggers or QR code integration, all sort of fancy talk for basically you can drop a QR code in there, and one of the things you can do is scan that. And we can actually help you design not an app, but basically a landing page on your personal device. So it'll, you scan that QR code, it'll take your personal device, so nothing that the company or the school or the district has to worry about. Take them there, and they will actually have buttons themselves, so they can actually control that signage. So you wanted to interact with the signage playing, maybe you want to find some information, you can control it from the palm of your hand. Perfect.
Dude, that's sick. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
really?
Yeah. It's really good. I mean,
and it's not locked down.
Nope, not locked down.
You can sort of skin it the way that you need it and everything. And
you can skin it. You can design that skin. You can design the buttons you use, and then the kind of the final piece of the puzzle for us was then you can actually have it so it will then, after you've interacted with it, you've pressed the buttons that you want. After a certain amount of time, it'll take them to a web page of your choice. So you can, from that branding or marketing point of view, you can go. Yep.
Dang,
there
dude.
You go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was gonna bring this up, but I didn't know if you guys sort of did it. It's like we're getting to the point now where it's not just the screens are the screens. They live in their own little islands. We don't touch them. We don't. They're high up. It used to be all screens were way high up. There's no way that you're gonna interact with them. And the best you could hope for was a QR code that was gonna take you to a website. Has nothing to do with the rest of the signage.
The QR codes are everywhere now, and I mean,
they're sort of ethereal. Like you think that they're out and no one's using them, but you still see them all over the place.
I think the problem was people, you can scan it for information, but they've drawn the line at that being the limit of what you can do with a QR code. And actually, there's so much more. Like how to actually interact with your audience.
Oh yeah, the first one I ever saw that really caught me, and that's a cool concept. Was now you got to be on the same network, but it was Amazon. We have a Fire Stick at home, and you, instead of typing in a really long URL if you're trying to browse the web, you can scan the QR code.
Drop in for you.
Yeah, and you can drop into it that way, which I thought was a really cool idea to be able to do that. But the fact that, so do you need to be on the same network?
No.
It needs to be on a network though.
It has to be on a network.
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
Clever Live, which is the digital signage platform. I mean, I should point out. I mean, if there's anyone watching out there who wants to give it a try, Clever Live's free. You can go to cleverlive.com. You can try the platform. You can experience.
Well, you can try the QR code.
You can create all of it. You can create content, presentations. I mean, you need one of our devices to obviously push that content out. But certainly for if you want to experience it, you could build it. Yeah.
Wow. And relatively simple to do.
Relatively simple to do, yeah.
I love that because a lot of resellers and integrators specifically are always trying to find new revenue streams, but you can't always go into a new revenue stream just completely blind with no expectations. What do we need? Training? Do we need a bunch of APIs that have to be in the back end and everything? So then they end up just saying some of them it's too much of a headache. We'd love to, but it's too much of a headache.
Well, the person who's potentially looking into that signage or evaluating solutions is very rarely the person who's actually going to manage or use it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the important thing. I mean, you can make a phenomenal product, but if the person using it really just wants to use a simple feature in there, like let's say dropping in a PDF, it has to be easy to use. It has to be intuitive, and otherwise it turns people off.
I love that. We had a client that wanted the very, very simple application because, and just so everybody knows, so there are also not just integrated screens, because there is system on chip, but there's also players.
Yes, so you can, if you have some existing of our displays with Clever Live built in, but also if you have existing displays that you want to bring them into the Clever Live ecosystem, we have 2 media players that you can attach to any screen. You just need basically a HDMI or a USB-C input, and that's it.
We had a client that said we want a DV LED wall, but we want to be able to, and we want to put a camera in front of it, and we want to be able to have anybody from the team can walk in and create content on the screen, but we want them to be able to choose the background.
Yep.
And we went to different solutions and everything and stuff, and there were plenty of options that could have worked, but all of them were not going to be a super quick turnaround, no API connections, no script hooks at all, literally just do it.
Just come in and go.
Yeah, that sounds like, being able to switch.
We need to go back and see that client again.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? That's awesome. So for anybody that wants to get plugged in, quite literally plugged into the Boxlight ecosystem, what's the best way to do that?
I would just say go to the Boxlight website, boxlight.com. I like to say, because Boxlight, I think people tend to think it's like light as in lightweight, but BOXLIGHT, boxlight.com. And all the information's there on our whole portfolio of solutions. And we've got some exciting stuff coming out as well in the future. It's early into 2026, but we're already planning releases and new products for the market. So we're looking forward to people checking us out and meeting new customers and showing them what we have.
Awesome. You ready to kick my butt in these?
Yeah, because I reckon I'm going to be okay with stick.
Yeah,
we're going to be fine.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Should we do a countdown? 3, 2, 1.
3,
2, 1, go.
Dang it!
Oh, Jordan.
Oh.
The UK's helping me out here. That's what it is.
Oh! Thank you. Oh, Jordan.
I didn't know that I was like picking the stick shift, by the way. I thought it might be paddles, so I feel a little mean, but also I'm enjoying it.
I'll talk in like 2 seconds. Oh, I'm in the pit! I'm in the pit! Come on!
Oh dear. I'm just having a little leisurely cruise over here.
You know what? I don't even care if I stay in like 2nd gear. I just want to not do what is happening right now.
You know, we got it, Jordan. We got this.
What car is this?
This is a little Lotus Exige.
I like
British. That's what I went
No,
with.
I like Lotuses. I don't like Lotuses anymore. This is awful.
This is the way to win. If I ever do one of these events again with one of these racing simulators, I'll be going straight in for the manual stick shift.
Okay, yeah. Because I was doing pretty well in the Formula 1 car. I was doing okay because I had the paddle shifters.
Oh, I think I've done it.
No, no,
Yeah. It says race over, but I mean, you know, we can keep going until you finish.
Oh, you can see where my tire marks were from the last one. So, Silas, I hear you laughing. Stop it. I know it is bad. I am aware it is bad. I'm 100% aware. I haven't crashed. I just spun out a bunch.
yeah, it's technically not crashing. Oh, and it's over.
Oh, yeah. Let's put it out of my misery. Oh, my God.
Well, thank you very much for the race, Jordan.
It was still fun. It was still fun. Absolutely.